Okay, so that was very enjoyable. I think the image of Roberto being an inch from his TV screen is Cardi B performing. That probably made the day for me. So we will get back to some of the Lions stuff later. I want to bring this up. And I just, everybody except Roberto will have an opinion because Roberto doesn't do sports. But like, the Kyrie Irving trade takes place. What?
I didn't know where you were going with this. Okay.
Oh, do you want me to tell your? No. We're not going to tell that story?
No, we're not.
You sure?
No.
That was a very creative reason not to go to a concert. I was really proud of you.
Because I didn't. Yes.
We are going to move on.
Okay.
We'll save that for later. You know what? That one's going to come up in June or July.
Okay.
That'll be the Tigers are 30 games out of first. Need a segment. Hey.
Just remind me why I did not go to the Prince concert.
Exactly. All right. So, Kyrie trade happens. Stop. He goes to Dallas, but we're not here to break it down because it doesn't matter. If you're a fan of drama, Luka Doncic and Kyrie fist fighting for the basketball is perfection. But I started thinking about Kevin Durant, and I want to ask the question to Rico, Kenny, David. Kevin Durant, I think, made the single worst career decision in the history of sports. Maybe outside of anyone who took the USFL's money in the mid-'80s. Like, literally, Kevin Durant might be Marcus Dupree. He leaves the Warriors, where he could have been Bill Russell. Literally, he would have won at least, and I'm not exaggerating, 5 more championships had he stayed. Because they were good enough with him and just Clay or Day-Day, whether Curry was there. Or reverse it, Day-Day and Curry, but no Clay. They were never losing. He gave that up because of, I don't know, his burner accounts, his insecurities, whatever it is.
Oh, no. You know when it all went south.
When Draymond called him a bitch.
Yeah, him and Draymond got into it on the court, and that was the beginning of the end.
So he hitches his wagon to Kyrie. It's a total disaster in Brooklyn. Kyrie's gone. And now Kevin Durant is sitting alone in a room with Ben Simmons as his other franchise guy.
Yeah, because James Harden, that didn't quite work out either.
Right. So now, here's my point. Kevin Durant's never going to win a title again. And I don't care if, KD, you see the reports the Suns are going to go after him. Who cares? He won't win a title there. Because any team that trades for Kevin Durant won't have enough left in the cupboard to win anything.
Or either that or that price drop. Think about it. Beginning preseason, they thought that, you know what, he's going to replace DeAndre Ayton.
Right.
And could you afford this? Now, yeah, we're going to stick with Ayton. We're good.
So here's my question. Did Kevin Durant derail his career in a worse fashion than anyone you can think of? Because Kevin Durant's going to finish his career as still, in my opinion, the best pure scorer north of 6'10" I've ever seen in my life. Ever. Kevin Durant is a fabulous basketball player. Whether or not he acts like a 16-year-old girl on social media or has burners or likes to play games or is sensitive, whatever, it's irrelevant to the basketball portion. He's fabulous. He's a Hall of Famer, and he's an all-timer. But you know what, fellas? He's going to end his career with 2 titles when he could have had 10. Could have had 8. And he would have gone down in history. Because of all the winning, he would have gone down in history in the Jordan LeBron category. And instead, look at him.
Right now, he would at least have 4. They would have beat the Raptors the year he left, and Golden State lost to the Raptors 4-2.
Well, he blew out in that series.
Yeah, he got hurt in that final.
That was the Achilles. But the point is, he would have won the year after,
1920.
And he would have won last year against the Celtics because they already did it without him.
I don't know if the bubble.
Just take the bubble and throw it in the garbage and say whatever.
Yeah.
My point is he'd have another 2 or 3 titles in the chamber right now. He'd finish with 7. And instead he's going to finish with 2. And he will play out the last several years of his career never winning a damn thing. Not a thing.
Talk about a bad choice. All because, in that moment, him and Draymond got into it. You knew one of them ones is going to be on the team anymore. He left, and I'm going to start my own band. Because that's what it seemed like. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to get my own group, and we're going to be rocking to the top. I'm going to call James Harden. I'm going to get Kyrie. We're going out to New York. We're going to take over the East Coast.
You know what? Here's the deal. And
now you have Spencer Dinwiddie and your boy, Ben Simmons.
Here's the other point I'm making, guys. You are who you associate with. So, like, if you're going to call Kyrie and James Harden bad dudes and idiots, well, got news for you. You hang out with them. KD's 34. He run out of time. And it hit me the other day when Steph Curry got hurt again, which I hate seeing. I don't like seeing guys end their careers hurt. Or, like Larry Bird, where, he's got a salon pause on the last 5 years of his career.
Yeah, he couldn't fly across the country.
No. But my point is, he's out of time. His body's going to begin breaking down. You're seeing it happen with Steph. He wrecked what could have been. If he ended up in modern era, think about how far his career would have been extended playing in Golden State. Mm-hmm. How far his career would have extended Steph and Clay and Day-Day.
They would have been the Chicago Bulls, where they just ran the table.
Yep. And the only time you got to beat them is if and when he left.
Yep.
And instead, he has gone and ran a franchise. I don't want to hear anybody tell me he didn't run the Nets. And he has run it into the ground because he associated with the wrong people and he bet on the wrong horse. And now he is sitting in Brooklyn. They won't get out of the first round of the playoffs. And if he gets dealt, where is he going that will have enough left in the war chest for him to win anything?
Think about it. And when we thought that Brooklyn was going to be close, he had a toe on the three-point line, and instead the Milwaukee Bucks go to the finals.
Yep. And it's a bad break. I admit it. I admit that. But still, look at it for what it is now.
Yeah, I thought it was going to work that year. Like, maybe he wasn't that bad, but now, yeah, you swap out the guys that you brought in for Spencer Dinwiddie and Ben Simmons.
The only team that might be able to do it, and I don't say it because it's my team, but the only team that might be able to do it would be the Celtics. I don't think it's a fit. I don't think he wants anything to do with Boston.
Do you think he would go back to Golden State?
No.
For one last run?
No, but I'm sure you talked to Day-Day about it, so why don't you just tell us? The point I'm making is the Celtics have Tatum and Brown. They also have Marcus Smart, Brogdon, Time Lord. You could give up picks into continuum, give up one of your big two, and you just move forward. I'm not saying I would do it, but I'm making a point to you. This guy derailed his career. There are athletes who have done worse, and it's been illegal. It's been stupidity. It's been, getting arrested or thrown in jail or whatever it is. From a career, this guy had all the control. He had the ability to go down in history as essentially Bill Russell, winning 7 titles in 10 years.
Right.
And instead, his career is going to go out with a whimper.
See,
Tell me I'm wrong.
I think, Mike, unless Golden State could just say, look, in a minute we're going to break this whole thing up, so let's just trade off every young asset, Wiseman, Poole, ship them all out there, bring them back, run it for about 2 more years, and then they'll all fall apart.
It's been weird. The Wiseman thing hasn't worked. Moody only plays 10 minutes a night. Kuminga plays about 18 or 19 a night, and I can see pieces of it. But you're right. I get it.
I can see that.
But you know what it would have to be? It would have to be Steph and Clay turning on the family and kind of putting Day-Day on the boat like Fredo.
No, I think they would just say Day-Day.
Day-Day fishing.
Day-Day.
We're bringing Katie back for the late years.
Now, see, I think it's Day-Day. You like rings and you like money, right? Then you're going to shut up and you're going to deal with this. And we're going to win. You two, you don't have to go to the kids' parties. You don't have to invite each other over for barbecues. We're not doing Secret Santas together. But you two need to work this out. Plain and simple.
Or the other thing is going to have to be the Nets keep them. Roll up everything they just got from Dallas, roll up some of their own assets, and try to bring somebody to town. Yep. And I don't know who it is.
What about a team that has first-round picks and, a lot of guys and extra point guards and Killian Hayes?
Oh, stop. KD would
You
retire.
want interesting, right?
I would love it. I would do it.
You want interesting.
I'm desperate. I have nothing. It's like, you know what it is? This is like doing radio in a city that doesn't have an NBA team. I'm desperate. And look, all Mark Cuban did was what I said in a slightly better team. It's not like Dallas is any good. They're not going to win anything. And
Yeah,
they
but
made a basketball move that makes no basketball sense.
But people still want to go see them.
There it is. Every night I got an effing circus. Luka and Kyrie. Whee! Who's burning the sage tonight?